Hello everybody and welcome back to Destiny Gaming's No Reactor Survival. So I'm just finishing off my last mining run as yeah, this came in. I'm not even sure where the base is. I think it's this way. So yeah, the weather's rank. I can't see a thing as it just literally lifted. Ah! No, don't do that. V, look. And it still says thunderstorms on the weather. Or have I just flown above it? I might have just flown above it. But I have been doing a little bit of work between episodes. So I've got a couple of ideas of what I want to do. Like, I've got some idea of how I want the fort layout to be. So that looks, that's got an okay look to it. You might see a little bit as we sort of fly over the top here. As you can see, it's sort of got a couple of more walls on it, and I built a new rover as well, sort of like the one that I'm planning on using for the mining idea. Oh, and yeah, I had a couple of accidents with this ship and lost a few thrusters, but they don't really matter. It didn't need them. I know it's back here somewhere. Yes, it is. Well, that was a crack of thunder, wasn't it? So hopefully this will give me enough iron, because I've gone through quite a bit. No, that one. Right. That's that all shut down. So as you can see, I've set a printer up for making the rover. Like, I just cut it off and then set a new one going. I thought, you know what? It's always handy having a spare. So now that the thunderstorms moved on, so you can sort of see, this is the idea I've got for the front of the fort. I just thought it looked kind of funny with a couple of goofy faces. I just started playing around, and next thing I know, those were there. I'm like, oh, okay, that'll do. Got some defensive capabilities. None of this is conveyed up yet. I've got the conveyor parts laid in. I need to connect that one still. I connected that one. Okay. And it would go dark. It was daylight earlier. So I've got all of this set up. So we're all on buttons in here. So we can open up the lid. Are we missing a piece? We're missing a piece already. No. Let's get some bottles. Out. In. But yeah, so I think this got struck by lightning, didn't it? Blast doors. BLA even. Just get that put back. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot that bit did that. Luckily, I have got an abundance of survival kits up here. Cheers, Bob. You know my stuff. Tools. I don't know. You know what? Hydrogen. I need to set a tank up to refill these. Hydrogen tanks. Autofill bottles. Yeah, that's already a thing. No idea. Tools. I still need my tools. I'll figure out why I'm not refilling any hydrogen bottles in a minute. So yeah, so as I say, I've got a button for that. Button for the piston up and down. And one for each of the hangar doors. So the two things I've got in mind today is I want to put another set of hangar doors in here, and I want to drill into the side of this mountain as part of my hangar bay setup for rovers. So like create a garage under there. Because either create a garage under there. Well, I want to go in there and then I want to dig down. So I'll put in another piston elevator. So under here, I have an idea for like creating flying hangars. So that I could take stuff like my mining ship and put it under there. Like create a staircase going down. Like this rover flats, which is quite handy. To kind of show off these sort of ideas that I had in mind. Definitely ain't the best for flying. It's more of an emergency if you fall off the edge of a cliff or I need to go down to there. But like something that I can just sort of fly in, dock up, put maybe like a hanger on the front or something. Blast door hinges that fold outwards. You know, like barn door style off of the two pillars. That's kind of the idea that I've currently got going in my head. Oh. So how wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I make it 8 wide. Right, so you're going to see a little bit of creative because I am not laying out all of these by hand. Right. That's 1. So if I now go to 7, that should be 8. Yeah. And then if we press shift, I can drag out till we get to that long. So that is 8 by 20. That's an 8 by 20 grid. Just get a quick control panel. Info. 8 by 20. 8 by 20 flat. If I look at it about here, press Control B, there's a picture. There we go, that's now deleted. So what we can do when we come up here, so I don't know whether any of you have done this, that's why I'm just sort of talking through it, is if I come in here, projector, I apparently need to upload. Helping. Come on. Thank you, Build Vision. We'll call it projector hallway just so as I know which one it is because I do have a few different projectors on the base. And then this is where it gets slightly hard work. Control. No. Buttons. This is upon dying and losing all of my things. I'm my inventory all set up, ready to go. Right. Projector hallway, blueprints. Actually, building repairs, turn all of them off for a minute. Just don't want it to start welding them up without me. Projector, hallway, blueprints, 8 by 20. So as you can see, that's now put it up there. So if I'd have left that, Bob would have started welding that up. Next thing I know, I can't get out my ceiling. I might try a control chair. So I do believe while I'm in a control chair, I can go into spectator camera, and if I have buttons set up on the hotbar for all the various actions. Just thinking, why is Bob not welding that up? But that's because I turned him off. because this grid is so big, 'cause it's connected to the one down there, you can't really zoom in properly. So I'm hoping if I do an F8, I can come through here. Yes, there we go. Projector. So I'm thinking I'm going to go up with it first, so I can set its orientation, because I want it to go straight out under the ground. Projector. Also, by the way, just a quick cheeky hint. You put stars at each end, like that. You can come in here, and you'll find that it's worked. Yeah, there it is. So when you do groups, to get stars at the end, so it puts things at the top, stars just automatically top. Saves you a bit of time. Nope, not your roll. Nope, not roll. Pitch. There we go. That makes a change. Right. Now we just need to sort of zoom back down here. It does take a little bit of finessing, does this. $21? Oh, that's too far. 20. So that's when you come down here. Like, this is like kind of cheating with spectator camera, but it does help. Yeah, there we go. No, needs to go one back over. Four. Yeah, there we go. Saying it's one block either side, then I can build up the walls. So I can now go back into character, and as you can see, that is now there. This is where we now turn all these back on. Nope. On. I might even stick down a couple more just to help speed this along a little bit. Because obviously the more of these you got, the quicker things will go. If you're wondering why everything's going here, this is currently my only connection port to the downstairs factory. So, grind all these out, because you'll see the sense behind this in a second. So, as you can see on this rover as we're flying around, there is a drill on the end. Like some people had set up pistons on this. Me, I'm just going to use a rover with a drill bit. So as you can see there, right, we've dug through. This has still got something to drive on. So we can keep this at a nice level. We're not going to expose the top of it fully, which is good, which is what I wanted. So I can now build a whole way down here. And then I'll use pistons and drills to dig down, which I will show you when I'm doing that. Like, this is the best way I've found of doing this kind of corridor. But I've also created... I used to have on my blueprints, before I had to do a full reinstall and I lost them all. where I had stairway corridors. Don't know if they needed updating anyway for the new stairs, so you could make them even steeper, so they're not as long. And so you can build like an entire underground base. You'll see it all, because we will create more blueprints as we go here. Like, we might end up doing a full episode of just the blueprint creations, but I doubt it, because I can just quickly make them while we're going. It doesn't take too long. But yeah, I can do corridors down. I can do sloped corridors for rovers to be able to drive up and down. It'll look pretty good. And if I do it right, I can have them pre-decorated as well. I can do full tunnels. So like this here, where I've got this going through. Right, so we know it's 6 wide. So what we'll do, we'll paste in our 8x20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so right. We'll go back down to the ice lake and we'll just have a quick play. While that's welding up and doing its thing. So there's our original 8x20. So what we are capable of doing now, because it was 4, wasn't it? So you could do something like, if you wanted it dead basic. Like, we had a server where we did this before as a community. Built up like a massive underground base on Mars. That was fun. Full community on it. So like as a dead basic one, you could do that. Bring that across there. Obviously you could greeble this more, you could put more pillars in to make it look slightly better. You could not build it out half blocks. 8 wide, so that needs to be, what, 2 more? And then we're going to be about somewhere, right? So then go back to this one. But I won't be keeping this at all. This is just for purely showmanship. Well, I'll make a blueprint of this because I'm actually now putting the effort into it. But I won't be keeping it on the world. I won't be like setting it to be ground down because this is fake resources. We don't do that here. Takes the fun out of the game if you cheat your resources in, if you ask me. But yeah, like that. So what you could do as well, like, if you wanted to make your life a little bit easier, you could slap that in. No, I didn't. I wanted that 3. Let's keep it even. One, two, three. And then you could do light. Do I have this group set up somewhere? Yes, I do. So yeah, just for argument's sake, just so as we can see how the lighting works. Like you could have it set like that, so that it's lit as well. Which is a little bit hard work to tell at the minute because they're not set. Like that. So you got your lighting in your corridors, so literally you could set it up exactly like that. Like I'm gonna delete the battery because I do not need it. So 8 by 20 by 4, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, 2 slopes to 8 by 20 before hallway. Does help to name them as well, so you kind of know what you're getting at. There we go. And we'll just delete that. There you go. So that's a basics of what you're going to be seeing coming down this. So I'll probably bring you all back once I've done a bit more of this. Like, just as another thing like here, so I can turn that off. Like I'm just right clicking here as well, so I'm not even doing too much. And just keep going through. As you can see, it's done quite a bit in that short space of time we've been there. Okay. It just makes really nice level corridor that you know for a fact you can get your rovers down. So yeah. That's a fun one, isn't it? Oh, I can't do that while it's building stuff up because it keeps changing the name back. Because obviously the grid changes every time it does that. But yeah, right. I'll bring you back once I've got a bit more of this mining done. Because I don't think you'll find that interesting. So you'll see it in a second. So, like you can see here now, all of this is just built. We have reached the end of our projection. And because I never saved that to the projector, it's going to be kind of annoying. But we are going to change that out for the corridor one. Get the hallway. Not that yet. So these building repairs now are named for the top ones. And their build zone is now moved just for this corridor. So that's all it's going to be doing for the time being. Hallway. So, brilliant. As you can see, literally, it goes in. We're going to have to do a little bit of faffing about mining, but to be fair, also, we can leave it looking a bit more rugged. That's entirely up to us, however we feel. Right, so I need that control chair again. Build this back up. Projector. So I'm going to click keep build blueprint. There we go. We're probably going to have to move that projector in a minute. But yeah, so there we go. One hallway to be produced. So I might leave this as a dirt path. And I might put the hangar door here. Yeah. That sounds like... You know, so it just looks like an inconspicuous corridor sort of thing. Should have turned the fort on back there. Fort. Knobs on. Yes, I might do the hangar doors so they come up into this section. Or, to be honest, they're probably better off back here, aren't they? Gonna put a hangar door anywhere. And there we go. That's that mistake now rectified. So they now line up with each other and we'll just close on there quite happily. So yeah. Right, so as that's welding up, I did want to bring you back anyway because I was thinking I might finish off this part of the fort. This is another thing. I'm going to have to probably mine out quite a bit of this. How many plate do I have? 470 of that. Right, I don't want to grab that one because that one's kind of... It's just nicely lined up in the center of the corridor and I don't want to move it. Scuttlebug, you'll do. Ooh, that's a good name for you, Scuttlebug. Because this doesn't have to be a pretty hole. This just needs to be a hole. Nope. Stairs. Yeah, it's not quite as capable as the other rover. I will be honest. Level it out. We should be okay. Nope. It don't level. The gyro's not strong enough. And... Tell you what, let's grab the mining ship. That might work out a lot better. Miner. You there. You've been conscripted for service again. The wheel was probably not the right choice of grip. Right, it's it can stay there. I'm surprised nothing broke on that, actually. What we'll do instead, we will just chip away at this collection drill style. Yeah, and I've got the fort extending a lot further back, so it will probably get extended further back. But for now, I just want to try and get a floor in over here and start... Just get the outer walls done. Oh, daisies. That was a higher drop than I expected. Right, we'll just leave that there. I'm having one of them days. Again, this will probably be one of them. What I'll probably do is I'll do another projection of that floor grid that we've already created, that flat one, going out to where the end of this goes, so that we can literally just drive the rover on it. I think might be the idea. Yeah, we'll do that for digging out the mountain. I just getting close to this. I might just have this as like a quite wide out here, so I might actually bring out some pylons coming out and have docking pods, like proper landing pads on this corridor, and have the fort be that wide. So I'm going to go down with it. So literally the outside of this fort is for literally just like landing a ship in. Like I'm sort of designing a ship in my head as well whilst I'm doing all of this that will fit within this boundary. So like the outside of this fort will be its docking station. But also like you can dock on the outside of here, you can walk in through a set of doors. You know, that's kind of the ideas I've got going on. Like, tidy this up a little bit so that it looks a little bit more with it. Like I'm thinking putting some railings down here, a bit of greebling on that wall, just so it's not a flat brick. Like inside, if it's flat bricks, it doesn't matter. It's the inside of the fort. It's the outside that's the main thing. And yeah, I think I'm onto an idea here. Yeah, because I think doors. Don't like that. Railings. That's what you got on the hotbar. Like that. Where's the double ones? That's what I'll do if we put, I'm thinking magnetic plate there. And then I need to sort my hotbars out fully. Get rid of that one. I can put a reel in there. Yeah, there we go. That doesn't look daft. So literally you can come, press the button to unlock your dock, and leave. DLC dock 1. Now I just need one space. There we go. Dock 1. Switch lock. I'll get that fully set up later. So yeah, and then that's your entrance way in. And what I'll do once I've built the wall down here for dock 2, I'll do the same thing. This is where you notice where I, as I said in the last video, I got my alignments wrong. But it lines up with that other pillar at the front, so this lines up, so it looks even. Now I actually see it, that one just sticks out further, which is the central pillar. As for the grand ships, I think. Yeah, right. How are we doing in this tunnel? Don't hear any welding, so I'm going to assume